The navigation in our app is starting to come along well now. We've got our My Teams homepage, and we're able to get to the team detail screen. But let's say we want to enhance the team detail. Specifically, we want to be able to show team detail and tournament standings so we can see where a given team is ranked. When we want to switch between two views, tabs are a great option. With our adjusted diagram, we've just introduced a new page called Team Home. We're going to put tabs on the team home page, then the team detail and standings page are going to be the tabs themselves. One of the nice features of Ionic tabs is that we just use normal pages as the tab pages, so a given page could seamlessly be used as a normal page or a tab page. To make this happen, we'll need to execute a couple of steps. First, we need to add two new pages to our app. One will be the standings page, the other will be the team home page, which will be the tabs container. Then we'll add the tabs to the team homepage, which will become the container for team detail and standings. Then we'll fix up a couple of miscellaneous navigation issues since we're shuffling some pages around. Let's implement this all now. First, let's add these two new pages. First, I'll add the standings page. Then let's add team home. Now that we've added those pages, let's make sure we add the appropriate exports. Now let's go into the team homepage. I need to import the two pages that we want to use for the tabs. Let's also add class members for these two. So we have a team detail tab, which is just going to be the team detail page. And similarly, the standings tab will be the standings page. Now in the team homepage HTML, I'm actually going to take out the Ion content because this is where we're going to put our tabs. Normally, we put all our content inside of Ion content. However, Ionic tabs do not go inside of Ion content. You can think of them as standalone. Now let's add a couple of tabs. The first one, Ion tab. In here, we're going to add a few attributes. Tab title. This is going to be equal to team. Now we need to assign a root attribute. And this is going to be assigned the properties that we added for each tab. So this one is the team detail tab. And then a tab icon. For right now, we'll make this equal to basketball. Now I'm just going to copy this and paste it right below and change the values that are different. So the second one is going to be standings. And then this one right here is going to be standings page, or actually standings tab. And then for the tab icon, let's make it podium. Now, if you're not sure where I'm getting these icons right now, don't worry, I'll cover that in a little bit more detail a little bit later in the course. Now we need to fix up some navigation because previously we've been navigating directly to the team detail page. Now we need to navigate to the team home page. So let's open the teams page right here. And instead of team detail page, we're going to change this to team home page. And similarly, down here in the item tapped, we're going to change this to team home page. Now, just for clarity, I'm going to add a couple of titles here. I'm going to go into the team detail HTML page. And let's add an H2 that just says team detail. And I'm going to do the same thing in standings. I'm just doing this temporarily because I want it to be 100% clear which page we're on and which tabs we're seeing. Let's go run this now. So we'll come to the tournaments page. And now on the teams page, instead of navigating to the team detail, this page is now going to navigate to team home. So I'll click here. We see team home here and team detail is a subpage. And we can see the tabs at the bottom, team with a little basketball icon and standings with a podium icon. And if we click between the two, we can easily see that we're clicking between these two tabs. However, one thing that's a little bit less obvious is that the team detail previously had a nav bar, and it's actually being hidden now. Let me prove this to you by changing the title in the team detail nav bar. So we'll come here to team detail, and we're just going to change the title here to detail page temp. We'll come back here. And you can see it's not there. We can even search for it. You can see I'm mouse hovering over it. It's highlighted, but it's behind the team home navbar. Since it's being hidden anyway, and we're using it as a tab page from the team home, let's just comment it out and see what happens. So we'll come back to team detail, and we're just going to comment out this Ion header element completely. Now when we flip back here, something's not right. I had the team detail that was displayed right here, and we don't see it anymore. The standings is still there, but team detail is not. What's happened is it's actually been pushed up. So it's actually now the content is hidden under the nav bar. So let's see how we can fix this. Let's uncomment this first and foremost. And at this point, all we really need to do, since we're not using it, is we need to add an empty Ion nav bar. So even though we're not using it, we still need a placeholder there so that the vertical space at the top will adjust accordingly. And we'll do the same thing for standings. Now if we look again, we see everything's working fine. We want the nav bar shown from the team home, and we're seeing that. But we also have vertical spacing correct for team and standings. Now, one thing to understand is this absolutely is an edge case. Normally, when you're using tabs, it's your root page, so you never have to worry about this. This is an edge case because normally you wouldn't have tabs on a non-root page. I'm intentionally trying to show you some edge cases in this course because real-world apps don't always fit into boilerplate. So the takeaway is that this is a workaround, and a workaround you will only have to use for the case where tabs are on a non-root page, which is uncommon. But for now, at least we have it displaying correctly. However, now we have a different issue, and that is we've lost our navigation parameters with the tabs. In fact, if we go back to the console, when we look at nav params, we can see that we now have this empty object, and previously we had a team that was correctly being passed in. So we need to figure out how we can fix that now. We'll address this issue next.